I feel like there's more of a police presence. There's more investigative shit going on with artists out here than in any other part of America.
Of course. I mean, this is the home of the hip hop police.
And Ack used to always say, this is not Chicago. They are not going to just let this drill scene blossom the way it did in Chicago. The cops out here are a different breed.
No, right. So as it pertains to the whole drill scene and what was happening in it outside, 2019, I came up with an idea. I was just like, I gotta do my part. I gotta help stop some of this shit. I can't be saying I'm this person and then I'm not using my influence to try to turn back some of this shit. And I went out and I started making some phone calls to the guys that I felt like that had influence over certain areas. And I wanted to help turn back some of this Wu versus Cho and all this shit like that. So I went to Brownsville. And shout out to my man Vine. Vine is the person that got 41, the group 41.
Yeah.
Right, so they popping, right? You know, I called them and was like, yo, listen, we gotta do something about this. I called a lot of people. I called a lot of different people, and I was like, I need to start lending, my hand to this. And a lot of them told me, say, yo, man, I feel you, but it's just too deep. And I spent maybe a week or two in it. I went to Brownsville one day and, shout out to DOD, Bleezy and them. And I sat down with them. I said, yo, bro, what can we do to try to turn some of this? And I went and I talked to a lot of them. I didn't publicize it or nothing. I literally went into Brownsville. Anybody know, Brownsville is the trenches. Brooklyn. I'm from Bed-Stuy, but it looks way more pretty.
Yeah.
Right?
Brownsville is one of the last parts of Brooklyn that will modernize.
It's not. They haven't even gentrified it.
Yeah.
It's like they just left it. It's still, Mother Gaston still look like a third world country.
You can still kind of get that Brooklyn feeling that it had 20 years ago,
yes.
Right there, yeah.
30, 40 years ago. So I didn't publicize it. I didn't make the thing. I was literally talking to dudes from jail, getting calls like, yo, look, we gotta try to turn some of this back. And I felt like I was making some headway with this. I was talking to a lot of people, and a lot of them was like, yo, and my whole thing was, I'm not asking you to not be who you are. Be who you are. If it's an issue, I understand that certain things, the show has to go on. But for some of this shit, how do we get away from not enjoying the opportunity? Meaning, you got these artists that have opportunities that we didn't have. You guys is coming out 17, 18, 19 years, you're getting record deals, you lit, you're on the internet. Man, the whole object was to get out the street. When I was that age, I was in prison, and prior to that, nobody had nothing for me. It was sell crack, shoot your gun, take it, sell it. That's it. That was the opportunity. So I felt like my efforts weren't being I wasn't being met with opposition at all. But the distaste for what was going on, it was just too deep. Like it was a lot to cut through.
Yeah.
You understand? It was a lot to cut through. I think some of it calmed down, and I'm talking about on both sides, and they know why I feel. They know that a lot of my little homies it was Wu, right? They know a lot of my little guys, they that. But then on the other side, is respect. I'm saying I want to just see it, just get to a place where it's just less dying, less going to prison, and more rapping. Remember, I'm the one that organized the meeting between the mayor and the drill rappers.
Oh, that was you, huh? Yeah.
100% that was me.
Right.
1,000%. I took B-Love, Fabio. Fabio came to me and said, big homie, Yeah, the man, they talking crazy about banning drill rap. I said, man, he can't do that. He said, man, I just want to get a meeting or something, man. Just want. And I had a relationship with Eric Adams already. So I reached out and said, because in my mind, I'm saying, these kids need an outlet. There's no need to talk about banning a certain type of music. You can't make a blanket statement of it. And if you're gonna do that, because everybody talking. They want to have all these conversations with all these other artists, but you need to have it with actual drill rappers. What's the sense of having a conversation with just me?
But how productive do you feel like that conversation was? Because ultimately the truth about a lot of it is the kind of stuff that I feel like it would be sort of hard to say to the mayor. Of like, realistically, these two sides are just going to keep killing each other because there's blood shed on one side and there's almost nothing that we could do about it. I mean, that's a tough thing to say to the mayor, right?
No, here's the thing though. And this is what I told him, right? What is music? Music is like, is an object that we use, right? So it's something tangible that we can take and use, right? So it's like you get two people. One person rap on a drill beat about killing. You take that same beat, you give it to another young nigga, he's rapping about females. He's more melodic. So who's the problem? Is it drill music or is it the user? If I'm driving my car, I just want to crash into people all the time. Is it the car or is it me?
Yeah.
We could drive the same car, but we drive them differently. One person is on the same beat and he rapping about girls and, and getting pussy and, buying the latest designer, and it's cool. But somebody else is rapping about his ops. So is it drill? Is it the music or is it the user? So this is what I wanted the mayor to understand. Let's identify the difference between the actual genre and the users. Everybody that pick up a gun is not careless. You could put one gun in the middle of this table. I might take that gun and just say, just shoot. You gonna take that gun, you gonna handle it with respect, you gonna put it up, you gonna do what you, right? So it's about the user. But then when we get into the problem with the user, let's talk about it. These kids is in gangs before they even rapping. Why are they in gangs?
A lot of them start rapping almost specifically because they got some shit to rap about because of the gang.
They already been born into poverty. My father in prison, my mother on drugs. I'm raised by my grandmother. The unit, the structure of my household is gone. I've been cutting school. I got to take care of my little sister. Like the shit, as long as you have impoverished neighborhoods, underfunded communities, you always gonna have gangs, violence. It's the beginning of time. They've been having gangs since, come on.
You watch the Warriors.
You're
like, damn, this shit looked a lot different back then.
But it was still the same element.
I mean, it's theatrical, but it's still like, it kind of gives you an idea of what gang shit was like back then.
Same thing, though. Why, those kids, they probably was in their late teens, early 20s, too.
Yeah.
It's just the same difference. We're going to find a way to find brotherhood out of nothing. Out of the pain that we in. All we got is each other. I don't have nothing else. I can't go home neither. I'm gonna come to your house. And he gonna come to your house because his shit is up. And before you know it, it's 5 of us. We all in the same crib because we all dealing with the same pain and same tribulations. So it's like, nigga, we a gang now.